Hi, Christy Blatchford, courts columnist for the National Post and Post Media here. Behind me is the Ontario Court of Appeal, which also houses the Ontario Divisional Court, which is where today the latest development in the ongoing saga of once and maybe again OPP Commissioner Ron Taverner. You'll remember this very controversial appointment was announced several weeks ago, I think in November. Mr. Taverner is back again as a superintendent with the Toronto Police, but a number of factors made his appointment very controversial. He's a close personal friend of Ontario Premier Doug Ford. The job posting, which was public, was changed, and it certainly looks like it was changed in order to allow him to apply for the job. And there's this ongoing cloud of suspicion, I think, and cynicism which falls over his appointment. The Deputy Commissioner of the OPP, Brad Blairs, who was the interim Commissioner of the OPP after Mr. Taverner's appointment was announced, wrote a long letter of complaint to the Ombudsman, the Ontario Ombudsman, about the appointment, pointing out some of the factors that I've mentioned and others. Apparent flaws with the hiring process, changed to suit the qualifications of Superintendent Taverner, changed to accommodate him. On the hiring committee, the hiring panel, for instance, was a former superior of Mr. Taverner's in the Toronto Police. On and on it goes. It's a very suspicious-seeming appointment. And the Deputy Commissioner, as he now is, Blairs, asked for a review of the hiring process to show that there was or wasn't political interference at the highest level. Why this matters to all of us is, I hope, obvious. Just remember the last government of Kathleen Wynne and Dalton McGuinty before her. There were at least 2 separate investigations into allegations of criminality that were conducted by the Ontario Provincial Police, the same police force. It is not beyond imagination to think of a day when perhaps this government, because governments make mistakes, governments are made up of human beings and they make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes have to be investigated by a police force. And it would be the Ontario Provincial Police who did the investigating. That's why it's important that there's independence from the political arm of government and the police, the OPP. And that's what's at stake here. This morning was just a technical sort of development, really. Brad Blairs' lawyer, Julian Faulkner, was here to ask the court to expedite, to hurry up with the hearing of the big complaint, which is asking the Ontario Ombudsman to investigate the whole hiring process. The Ombudsman has declined to investigating the whole question, and Mr. Faulkner is trying to force his hand to get the courts to say, yes, you should investigate this. This is stinky. This looks bad. And all he was trying to do today, and he didn't succeed, was to hurry up that process. The actual hearing will still go ahead. The judge, while turning down Faulkner's request, did say this is of substantial public interest and urged there to be a quick hearing date. It'll probably be in the spring. By that time, of course, it appears that the one limited investigation, which is going to go into the hiring of Ron Taverner, which is by the Integrity Commissioner, may be over. Mr. Taverner may well be in office by that time. And if the Ombudsman is, in fact, directed by a court to investigate this, it may all be water under the bridge. I didn't get a chance to ask Mr. Faulkner this, but my own suspicion is, while this is a noble cause, and it's noble because it matters to the public interest and it matters to the public that the police force is independent in this province, these are worthy goals and worthy of challenge. And it's awful, actually, that a deputy commissioner should be the guy who's paying the legal bills to get this done. I think that's egregious. But all that said, I'm not sure that you can shame those who are unshameable. I'm not sure that all the bad publicity in the world about this appointment, all the truth, will have the effect of deterring this particular government from getting its guy in the saddle at the OPP. I'm Christy Blatchford.